What's going on, folks? Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get started here in a few minutes. I grabbed some coffee, but hey, thanks. What's going on, DJ Gello? What's up, Just Little Wolf? What's up, Doot Doot? Folks, I always look forward to the Friday show. It's fun. The energy is always up. I think and I'm sure everyone in chat can agree. At the end of the week, start of the weekend, ooh, it's nice. Folks, do you ever have that? It's almost like a completely different person, right? In the morning. You know, I'm talking about the elusive alarm clock, the elusive snooze button. Folks, it hit me hard today. It hit me very hard. You know, I can have a plan the previous night. I'm like, okay, I want to wake up at 7 a.m. I want to get in a run. But when that alarm clock rolls around, folks, it is a completely separate mind. I'll tell you. Folks, we got some classics from New Job Ace. Color of Autumn. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to VR Radio. let the sunshine be your alarm clock. Hey, that would be the ideal setup. I think for that to work, though, one would need to let the sunset be the the sleep indicator, the time to go to sleep, you know. But hey, such is life. Hello from Romania. Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Hello from the Philippines. I love it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Logan Tyler tuning in from Georgia. Yeah, I thought you meant the state, and I was like, oh, hey, you're pretty close. But hey, the country, Georgia. Glad to hear it, man. Folks, this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whatever it is for you, don't forget we're going to be taking calls here in Discord. We're going to get started early with the calls, probably take them throughout the show. But you can click the link in the description. Join the Discord, jump in the call, and no topic, no set topic. Feel free to talk about whatever you want, whether it be life, questions, or just spitting the chute here. Folks, we got Come On the Side, Dawn on the Side, excuse me, by New Job is here on VR Radio. Candy Jar says, I can't seem to sleep once I've heard the alarm. I find you snooze button folks weird for having the ability to sleep again. Hey, that is a superpower right there, Candy Jar. I think getting up with the alarm is a life skill, one that I hope to cultivate. Tuning in from Minecraft Realms. Interesting. I did not know you could browse the internet in Minecraft now. How the game has changed. Fading asks, do I have kids? I do not. I am but a dog dad. I have one dogter. My dog daughter. But yeah, no kids, my friend. Dylan Hueso bringing it down from the west side. Los Angeles, Highland Park. Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. What is this? You may ask. Blue Bit Productions. Well, hey, this is a radio show where we're listening to some tunes, taking some calls. Expedition Cosplay asks, have you ever gone to MomoCon here in Atlanta? You know, I haven't. Every time it rolls around, I'm always busy each year. But I might have to check it out this year. I did go to Dragon Con for the first time last year. Absolutely brilliant convention. I mean, it's cool to see bigger conventions kind of happen here in the South. I think New York and Austin, of course, and more of the West Coast states get a lot of love on the convention side, so it's always nice when a big convention rolls around here in Atlanta. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We're going to take the first caller here today. We're getting started early, folks. We're getting it going. Hey, AFT, you're live on air. What's up, man?
What up?
How's the Thug Life, brother?
It's been doing good.
Right on. Hey, you got any weekend plans? Just chilling?
Nah, man, it's just chilling. Had a busy week this semester.
I feel that. You're in college?
Yeah.
Word. What are you studying?
Psychology right now.
Oh, dope.
Still doing my undergraduate though.
Dope. Who's your favorite psychologist?
I don't know. I haven't looked in deep into specific people like that.
That sounds like such a pretentious question. My bad, but what about it interests you, psychology?
I don't know, man. This is how I see the world. Like, just like in my mind, like psychological concepts and shit. And so studying it, I'm just like, oh man, this is dope as shit. You know, this is like already like so familiar to me.
I feel that. Are you trying to I'm not too familiar with like what a psychologist degree can like what line of work would that be?
You can do like clinical stuff, you know, like therapy, but then there's like the, you know, like the research and experiment like field, you know, that sort of part, and I think that's sort of what interests me more.
Yeah, it always blows my mind like how little we know about the brain, even in current days. Like it's like the brain and mental models and stuff. It's I mean, from the outside, it seems like a field that's just waiting to be explored by, you know, future generations.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hey man, I hope you have a restful weekend, and thanks for calling in. Great meeting you.
I ain't no problem.
Psychology. As the late Carl Jung said, VRadio is one of the worst radio shows on YouTube. Carl Jung, 1953, I believe he said that. So, folks, we got Dolce by Flo Fills coming up. Thanks. Anime C, I can't say her full name, but I have been doing YouTube since around 2013. Granted, before then I was just uploading terrible videos and, you know, just messing around as a kid. But I'd say it's been within the past 6 or so months that me and Jose, guy who edits some of the Disrupt videos, we've kind of really taken it a little more seriously over the past 6 months and just trying to go hard. So, you know. Well, hey, I appreciate that, Jared. You know, folks, you may have noticed that I switched headsets. Before I had the blue Acer headset on, and it was about 20 minutes ago. I was setting it up for the show, getting in big screen, and the tracking just would not work. It was glitching all over the place. So something about the inside tracking on that headset that is not working in my space. So I had to run to the closet, pull out the Oculus, set it up, and I'll tell you, while I don't have the switch, I can't switch up from a virtual to a reality. The tracking on the Oculus is just far ahead. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a headset. Hey Benji, much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, man. Morning, Travis. Thanks for tuning in. That was Hills and Horizons by Fujitsu. Expired Cheeto asks, do I smoke? Ooh. You know, everyone has some vices in life. I'll leave it at that. Dr. Dark, you're live on air, the regular. What's up, man? Going once, going twice.
Oh, I'm here, please.
Dr. Dark, good to speak with you as always, man.
Good.
How's it going down under?
Man? How you going?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, how you going?
I can't complain, man. It's Friday, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, it's Saturday for you, but, yeah, so
It's Saturday in 40 minutes.
40 minutes, oh snap, we got the countdown going.
Yeah. Oh, I've been Don't worry, I've been counting.
I feel it.
Sure, we all have, haven't we? Anyways, yeah. Yeah. How busy have you been, man? Very busy?
You know, yeah. You know, whenever someone asks, like, hey, how's it going? And then you say, oh, I'm so busy, you know. I hate that answer. But, yeah, you know, I've been trying to stay productive, you know.
Yeah. And now I have another question. What breed is your doggy?
So she is a Rottweiler Hound Black Lab mix. She's
Oh,
she's sort of
wow,
a
beautiful
mutt.
dog.
Yeah, sort of a mutt.
Yeah.
Sweetest thing
I've got a
ever.
little Cavalier. Cavalier King Charles Cavalier.
Ah.
Just a little they're the ones with the long ears, and it just, you know, he sleeps all day every day. We walk for 2 hours, and then he comes home and just sleeps. I'm actually giving him a very rough pat right now, and he's not flinching. Do you have
That's great.
So you just have a dog at the moment?
Yeah, just a dog. Me and the dog. No girlfriend. Just,
Yeah. Have you ever thought? Because I thought it was a very interesting thing. Someone said, have you ever thought of having kids? Because I love asking people this question, just because you get so many different responses and why.
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. Yeah, I mean, I think right now, I'm 21, so I'm really just focused on career right now. But down the road, yeah, like, you know, once you meet the right lady and have a sort of established career, then yeah, I'm looking forward to that stage of life. Yeah,
I don't know many people who don't want a family, because I guess it's just our natural build, you know, to make a family and to, you know, love one another. I think in the world today, that's probably an aspect we don't think about much, is love one another. No matter the culture, no matter what color they are, no matter what religion they believe in, no matter where they live, no matter how they speak, I just believe we should love one another. And, you know, I believe there's enough war happening. I don't think we need any more in this world, to be honest. But, you know, I'd really like to see some peace, and, you know, it'd be nice to see our world slowly evolve into a peaceful world. Because just look at, like if we, instead of having the view of the world as countries, what if we had the view of the world as states instead? Because states these days don't really have any conflict other than, you know, land and stuff, but they're not gonna, you know, shoot out an army. So I believe, so what are your opinions on, you know, peace and stuff?
That's really well said. Yeah, I mean, I think there's, for some reason, it seems that we as humans always have this sort of viewpoint of us and them. And I think it's partly due to like skin color, partly due to geographical location. But what I find interesting is, like, you can even look at, like, maybe, like, I'm going to give Africa as an example, because that's where my father's side of the family comes from. And even within Africa, you know, same skin color, way back when, they would still fight. You know, they look the same. You know, they're same race, but there's still that side of us versus them and within the tribe. So I have hope that as we sort of advance as a species, the species humans here on our floating rock, I think hopefully we'll continue to get more connected and be able to sort of be less divided.
Definitely, and I think VR is a good starting point, because that connects everyone into one platform, and that means I guess if you just think about servers and language, you know, you can choose that option when you go into like some particular games. And I think if you want to be divided, that's a good way to, you know, go to the people you symbolize to. So I think that's a good step, and then just slowly, you know, connect more people together. Because just imagine if we were, like, I wonder how different the world would be if we all spoke the same language.
Yeah, there's something really interesting I was reading from Jaron Lanier, sort of the guy that coined the term VR, and he's talking about how VR may introduce a new form of communication called post-symbiotic communication, I believe, where it's sort of more visual and we're interacting with each other by sharing almost thoughts digitally. So I wonder, you know, that's obviously a theory, but the fact that, you know, I can talk to someone in VR chat and it doesn't even register. Like, in that moment, I'm not registering their skin color. I'm just registering what they have to say, what they're doing. So it's like, it's almost this new form. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and a more important topic, cookies with milk, cookies without milk.
This is really deep, and I almost don't want to answer it because I know it will divide us even more.
Yeah,
but,
true.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with cookies with milk.
Oh.
What about you?
Honestly, you know, since I'm in that growth age, I used to like to have no milk because I went on a little spree against my mother, and I said I would only ever drink chocolate milk. And I told her I'd never drink white milk again.
Rebel.
But nowadays I like to have cookies and milk. So, but it depends the cookie.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, it's a great combination.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Well, hey, Dr. Dark.
I guess,
great chat.
I won't hold up anyone else. And everyone have a good night, day, whatever. And thanks, man.
Oh, absolutely. High IQ, Dr. Dark, everyone. Great conversations, folks. Thanks for tuning in to VR Radio. Don't forget you can click the link in Discord to call, maybe chat. And hey, have a great day. That was Affection by Jin Sang. We got an absolute banger coming up for you next. Everything You Say by Mommy. Don't forget, playlists can be found there in the description. Cat Gaming. Thanks. Hey, DJ Gello.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Sorry. Hello. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through loud.
There
and
you
clear,
go.
buddy.
Okay. Sorry for the really bad mic quality.
Oh, you're good.
I just wanted to say I really thank you for bringing VR. Like the video, like it went really viral and it exposed VR because people think of VR like just cardboard and they stop like there, like they stop there. But there's more to VR than just cardboard. And I think your video really shoot it out there to the masses. So I really like. First of all, I wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just riding the wave here, though.
Yes. They were speaking about VR chat. Did you like knew that VR chat was coming to the Quest?
I did, man. I saw that on Twitter. I'm so excited.
There's already memes about it. Like they're saying, oh, VR chat in PC mode. It's like 1080 Ti, 2080. And then there's like desktop VR, which is good, but it's like meh. And then there's Quest VR. It's like too pixelated. I mean, we'll have to know how it goes,
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see like how the resolution is. It's funny sometimes in at least alt space, because they have the 2D mode. Oh, we dropped them. But I was saying in alt space we have the 2D mode, so people playing on their desktop and people playing on their headset, and there's almost like this hierarchy that's created where you can tell which people are playing on VR and which people are playing on like mobile, and like it's almost like this new form of of VR racism. I'm kidding, it's not that bad, but it is funny. Unfortunately, we lost DJ Gill. Let me get him back in here. We dropped you. You're back.
There you go. So you were saying alt space.
Yeah, it's almost like you can tell which people are in headset and which are using computers in alt space, or using like mobile in alt space. So it's almost like this. Oh, we dropped him again.
Come on.
Are you okay
Come
there?
on,
Man?
work. Come on. I mean, you're like, okay, you're like waiting the show, you want to talk, and then it's like when you want it to work, it doesn't work.
Hey man, it's Murphy's Law.
But yeah, it's really awesome. I think the show is great, and I just like I'm supposed to be at work, but the thing is, I listen to it, and it's awesome because it's so chill, and then your voice is like, dude, what the fuck? Your voice is awesome. It's like so chill, and you're like, wow. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be in class soon. Hopefully, like Fridays to me are mostly free, so I'll be able to talk with my desktop setup at home.
Oh, word, man.
So yeah, but thank you for having me, and thank you for answering my call.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for calling in, man. Hope you have a great Friday.
Yay.
Peace. Love the Friday vibes tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in here on VR Radio. I had a dream that one day VR players will live together. Hey, Colin is depressed. Why are you depressed, buddy?
Oh crap. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm very glad that I got to the call before Bubble ended. Wow.
Well, I am very glad to talk to you, man.
So, I'm currently in a band class, and there's this thing called Bubble, where we get free time, and I'm taking this to just relax to this podcast, and
Nice.
like be surrounded by fellow VR lovers and stuff.
Yeah, I feel that. What kind of instrument do you play?
I play the drum set.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, bringing it down. I dig it, man.
Yeah, so, like, one of my questions is, like, for gaming, there's always, like people, there's people who are like, Xbox is the best, PS4 is the best, and then there's also the same thing that's starting to happen with virtual reality, where you have people saying, oh, Oculus Rift is clearly superior, or the Vive, and I use PSVR, and then people are like, oh, that headset sucks. And I'm like, well, that's what I can afford, you know?
Yeah.
It's like this separate window to the same reality. It's kind of a strange thing.
Yeah.
Where you look at an old Xbox, and back then people were like, this is the coolest thing ever, and because they didn't see anything better than that. And for us, we're looking at modern VR saying this is the best thing ever, but we haven't seen VR yet. And I'm sure that in the future it's going to be way more advanced, and you're going to have stuff like Tesla suits and stuff like that you can feel the impact. You can like feel things rather than just see them and hear them. Like right now, it's like you're looking through, and you're just kind of like, you're not fully there. It's like you're there, but it doesn't fully trick your brain. You kind of just like, the first thing, if you don't have hands like the motion controllers, the first thing that's in front of you, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have a body or hands. And so that usually confuses a lot of people on their first time using VR. I remember the first time I tried VR, it was the Google Cardboard, and it was using a broken phone. So it was like looking through a broken window that I couldn't really use my hands, and it was Google Maps. And I was just floating, and I was like, whoa, it's like I'm looking through a 3D window. And just, it slowly got better and better, and it's still going to keep going, and that window's just going to turn into a better window. I don't know, man. It's very strange how it's just this illusion that somebody has figured out, and then they're using that illusion, or several illusions, to just like bring you somewhere else, and you know that you're not really there, but you just feel like you're there. It's the coolest thing. I love it, and that's why I've been in love with VR for so long, and just been like, dude, I don't know. It's such a step up from using a gamepad or a mouse and keyboard, where you have the full dexterity of a human being in the real world, almost, but eventually I'm sure it'll be better with all these advances in technology that we've been seeing. And it's really cool.
Yeah, it was really well said. It's like, I like that phrase you used, it's like a window into, I almost think of it as like a new dimension, right? It's like, we've had these mediums that artists could tell their stories through, whether it be through like books, movies, where you're getting the ideas across through a certain medium, but now it's like, now we're actually going into the ideas.
Right. Like, it started very simple. You just had a screen, you had two paddles, one ball, two players interacting in another dimension, separate from our own. And they were like, wow. And then fast forward, like a lot of, you got people putting on this headset, and it was probably very simple at first. You're in this like box with a couple of objects that you can throw around. It's just like, wow, you created another dimension in 3D space, and now you're inside of it. Just, it's the coolest thing.
Exciting times.
How I also, there's in the movie Ready Player One, there was this poster, or no, it's from a newspaper about the guy who made the Oasis, and it was like, is he playing God? Is this ethical? Is this moral to create another dimension and try to replicate the real world? And I feel like that could really mess with somebody's brain, especially when you see like little kids using it. Like, that could, I feel like that could be really, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like there's definitely that dark side of it, I think. But I wonder how different it is actually from other mediums that came before, like other artists that maybe had the God complex and think, oh, my creation is the creation.
Right.
Obviously, VR is way more immersive than pretty much any other medium, but I think it still kind of holds the same aspects of other mediums. So, yeah, I mean, for kids, I think it definitely could be quite an issue, but I think we're also still figuring out, like, even with like iPads and iPhones, like what age is that okay to give a kid. So, yeah, I mean, these are interesting topics that I think, or at least I hope we're gonna figure out before it becomes a problem.
Hopefully we don't have like kids growing up to be like psychopaths, and you'll yes, I am talking to someone, I'm sorry, where they'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that it was the real world, I thought it was still playing my game. If it advances to that far, that could be pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a spooky thought.
And that's pretty scary. And so I think I'll have to say goodbye and let somebody else go. So it was very nice talking to you, being on this podcast.
Oh, likewise, man. Hope you have a great band class.
All right, bye.
Peace. I think we're a resilient species as well, though. We'll figure it out. We always do. I have faith in the human race. Folks, thanks for tuning in to VR Radio today. Taking some calls, listening to some music. We got Pero Assy here. Hey, how's it going, Joe Upton? Thanks for tuning in. Logan Tyler says multiverse theory is true through VR. Now that's an interesting thought. Multiverse theory, of course, being sort of the idea that there's multiple timelines, if I'm correct, that have every sort of possible combination of not only your life, but everyone's existence, ever. V1 Gibby says, I'm at school, I shouldn't be watching this. Oh, I'm going to call into your school. I'm going to say V1 Gibby is watching my stream. Logan Tyler says, the violence because video games debate will hit the fan soon with VR. It could. I also, though, I think we've already kind of had that debate, and especially with, like, the millennial generation. I think they sort of realize that, no, video games doesn't necessarily link to violence IRL. So I think as the millennial generation sort of takes the lead into the higher ups in companies and in media, I think because they grew up on video games, they kind of know. Whereas the previous generation, video games were still pretty new for them. So I think they're still trying to figure out, like, you know, is it okay for my kid to play Call of Duty? Whereas millennials and Gen Z, we've grown up on Call of Duty, and we know we're not going out and starting violence. So my hope is that that debate will be put to rest. And of course, when I say millennials or generations, I'm speaking in broad terms. Not everyone is one and the same. What's up, Kimber? Always good to see you. Dermold Riley, you're live on air. How are you? And going once.
Hey,
going
man.
Oh, what's up, man? How's your Friday?
Hey, what's up? My Friday's pretty good.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I'm glad I could be on this air. I recently found out your channel a couple of days ago. That video that you posted about the whole week in VR. That really see, I had already had a VR headset way before I saw that. I got one last year for Christmas by my awesome parents. I have a very good PC for it, but it's just I haven't really gotten around to use it like that. One, because I don't have a lot of games for it. Two, man, the sensor placements, and I have 3 Oculus Rift sensors, and oh my god, I can't tell you how like annoying it is. Like, because I'll put one down, and someone will like just move it like 2 centimeters, and it'll screw the whole thing up.
I feel that, man.
Oh god, I just don't like that. But after seeing that video, I actually really wanted to get back into it again, and maybe attempt the same thing, but on a lesser level. I'm not gonna spend a week in VR. That's crazy. Can't believe you did that.
You gotta do 2 weeks, bro.
Man,
You can do it.
I'll spend about maybe 24 hours at most. But
All right, word. I feel that.
But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of shows, specifically anime and like things like Sword Art Online, and I've heard of Ready Player One. I'm just like, all this, it could really become like reality with virtual reality as it's already happening. It's just the thing that I think about when I think about VR is like, okay, yeah, we got all these other games and everything, but it's just each game is just its own. I guess earlier I heard you talk about the multiverse. It's just its own universe. And honestly, with VR, you can make anything you want, anything, any circumstance, any situation, anything happen, but while in the comfort of your own home, your own room. And that idea is just absolutely mind-blowing to me.
It's almost like,
oh yeah, go ahead.
no, it's almost like we have like cartridges now for that, like cartridges of dimensions that we can go into.
Exactly. And and the whole thing, people talk about the actual immersion, and I think already the immersion it's really, really, really good in advance. Because when I got it last year, I played it out. I was mind blown. After I took that headset off for just maybe like 15 minutes of gameplay. See, I played. You might heard of the game Arizona Sunshine, the zombie game.
Yeah, great one.
Yeah, after playing that for a little bit, I took the headset off. I looked around my room and I was like, dude, we're living in a simulation. I really believe that now. Like, if we can create something as real as that, there's honestly, there's just no way that all this just happened just by chance or whatever. Like, because we're like creators now with this whole VR thing. And I just remember looking at my hands and turning them around and touching things in the real world. I'm just like, dude, I don't know what to believe in.
Yeah, I think I always kind of try to stray from the term simulation and reality, because I think it sort of creates thoughts of like, oh, then any consequences I have in real life don't actually matter if we're living in a simulation. But I agree in a way that it's like almost like this physical reality, whereas, you know, I think a lot of religions and sort of internal states try to explain the other reality, the inner reality. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but you know, I definitely agree that
Yeah.
At least my belief
Yeah,
is that
not
this is
saying
just
like,
one
yeah,
level of it.
exactly. Like we don't really know what's after I guess death in this real world. So that's why me personally, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people, I mean, I'm not gonna chance it because for me, this reality definitely has consequences, and so.
Right.
And I'm cherishing this reality over any reality that could ever happen in the near future. That's always because, well, I mean, we just don't know. We just don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And honestly, and when I think about it, like since we don't know, I've just sat down sometimes and I just think, bro, I'm going to die one day. I'm gonna be on a bed taking my last breaths, and almost I'm gonna be on the path to see what's after this life. And that honestly doesn't really make me sad. It just kind of is. I don't really know how to describe it. What do you think about that? You ever think about that?
Yeah, man. I think it's healthy to at least like really think about that, because
You have to
like
prepare
this.
for it.
Yeah, man. It's like this thing that we, just by the very nature of our reality, we just kind of put it off, you know, especially in America, our society, like we don't talk about it. So I think at least pondering it, but also not getting too hung up on it, you know. I get hung up on it. Sure.
On its own.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah, I feel you ever think about, I guess, the problems in America, mostly the social fabric, because like you're seeing all these new, and I want to call them the factions, like, you know how I guess these groups of clans, like, you know, feminists and everything else, it's
Right
more
wing,
so
left
just
wing.
social. And yeah, that too, and just like the LGBT communities and all that stuff. And I'm just like, we're all getting divided, like smaller and smaller, and more divisions and factions. And it's just, and you see, my faith in the human race, because I heard you make a remark on that earlier. I don't really know what to think about it. Like I don't know how long we're gonna last if we keep dividing ourselves like this. And
Yeah.
you see, I'm a really big believer on just, I guess, evolution progressions, such as space travel and all that stuff, and like, and just basically bettering the human race. And it's just like America, or just mostly, I guess, the world, the people in power, they're just not really. I feel like they're not doing anything about it. Like they're not trying to help each other, and they're only funding war. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, I think it's personal. I mean, it's important that people have, you know, personal identity, and I think kind of associating with a group helps people, you know, go through their individual experience. But almost taking like a wider view, like if we're talking about the entire timeline, like imagine the world from a perspective of space, like all of the events happening in our current day is just a fraction of a momentary blip on the entire timeline. So you know, when I say I have faith in the human race, I think even looking at our history, like we've been here for, you know, however many thousand years, and we're still here, we're still kicking it, we're I mean, more advanced than ever, and you know, I think we'll figure it out. We'll just have some hiccups along the way, as always.
Yeah. Well, I got one more question for you.
Yeah, so
So you believe in aliens, man? Do you think that's possible?
you know, I think the universe is too big for there not to be some sort of at least thing with a beating heart.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, man, even if they haven't visited us, which is definitely a good possibility. I mean, if the government told me that, I'm not gonna go into that. I don't know, but
The government's they're coming in our position.
Yeah, they would not.
We're getting too close. We're getting too close to the end, though.
Yeah. The universe is too big, and it's just like, if we're the only people out here, then why is all those empty rocks just floating in space, just past points that we can't even see and detect? Like, why is that all there? There's nothing to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe
and that ties in the whole VR thing and all the, like, just all the possibilities that could happen with that stuff.
Well, man, maybe are the aliens.
Oh, that is true. Everything's an alien.
Elon
But,
Musk, yeah, surely.
Yeah, he's a reptile, dude. But man, I can't wait to get my hands on those the Knuckles. You ever hear about those? The HTC Vive ones?
Those look dope, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that. But yeah, just to say that. But yeah, won't keep
Well, hey,
anybody
man.
else waiting. Glad you took my call, man.
Oh no, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
been
for
a
calling
little tired, man. You got to talk to somebody.
I feel that. I feel
All right,
that.
yeah, you keep your channel going, man. That's some good stuff, man. All right,
Appreciate
I'll
it,
see
man.
you later.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Folks, I have one thing to say. Aliens. Maxie,
Hello.
you're bringing it home. Last caller of the show. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I came in a bit late. I was like, I'm gonna get up oh shit. Oh, I need to pause the radio.
You're hearing double
yeah.
echoes.
I started hearing myself talking. I woke up at like 11. Yet I managed to come 40 minutes late. Whoopsies.
That's how life is, man. I feel it.
Uh-huh.
You got any weekend plans? You just chilling?
I usually don't have plans. Yeah, chilling, I guess.
Word.
I've just been working on I've told you about a Beat Saber clone.
Oh yeah. So are you building that for VR?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
dope.
how you would play that in like just on flat screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It would
I
be a
guess
terrible
like,
experience. It would not be
Like
fun.
what's it called? The fruit ninja. I guess you could play it like that.
You could have like
You
two
could make that on a
keys that
phone.
you just press, and then it just
Yeah, I guess.
That would not be fun though.
No.
It'd just be like Rock Band.
I mean, you have Ozu. Do you know it?
The which one?
Osu.
Oh, I haven't heard
It's a rhythm game,
that. Oh.
and you have to use both your mouse and your keyboard, and you move the mouse around and click buttons.
What are you
I am
building
up for that.
the clone in? Is it Unity or?
Unity.
Okay. Right.
I spent 2 days trying to get the collision to work, like when I swipe the sword through. 2 days because I had to go about it another way than just checking collision. So if you move too quickly, it just misses. And even if I choose what collision mode, what was it called? Continuous dynamic, which is like the most precise one to make sure that it checks. There's still like, if you just make a normal slice like quick enough, it just doesn't react. And I think Unity should have, so you can actually choose the detail of precision. So like, hey, it's very important that you check this. Whatever happens, check.
Yeah.
So what I had to do was like have it record the two ends of the sword, so it has a history, and I choose like the number of history steps it keeps. And between that, it just draws triangles and makes a mesh that is that history, so it kind of has like a trail, and that is the thing that detects. So even if you do it quickly, there would be like a plane going through the slice thing.
That's a good workaround. I think the best thing, man, in development is like when you think out of the box, and you come up with something, and it works.
I cannot take credit for the idea.
No, either way.
That was what's the name? Hold on. That was Dr. Doodle.
Okay.
Helped me with that.
Right on.
He helped me the first like night. I just stayed up until like 6 in the morning.
It's dedication right there. Well, hey, you got to send it over when you finish it. That sounds rad. I'll test it out. I gotta let you go, man. But always great chatting with you, Maxie.
You too. Have a good one.
Folks, to end the week of VR Radio, to end Jack clone number 536, we're going to play some songs from a community member, a lo-fi creator, Mr. Anthony. Posted some of his tracks in the Discord. And I'm going to go ahead and post his SoundCloud in the chat. But some great tunes. And hey, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in each day. It's always great. Unfortunately, Jack clone number 536 is going to sleep here in a couple minutes, but you know, the next one will be back on Monday. Coming up next week on Disrupt, we got Sword Art Online in real life. We got VR Radio as regular. And next week we got an interview with a legend by the name of Booch. He had a documentary premiere on Adult Swim here earlier this week. Gonna have him on the show and talk about comedy and his life. Yeah, no, we don't dismantle the clones. The consciousness of Jack puts the clone body into a sort of like holding room in the back of the Disrupt studio. So, you know, if we ever need to pull him out again, he can come back. But hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you here Monday, same time, same place, the Virtual Reality Wire.